This is the Sony RX10 Mark V, the new dad cam.
Okay guys, today we're gonna go on a big. Let's go. Watch your vlog. Let's go, channel. Guys, let's go to the beach.
No way to see yourself when you're here. Now, right off the bat, I have to say, this camera isn't specifically for me. Like, I'm already set up with my Sony camera bodies and lenses, like, I'm good. But as a parent who talks to other parents who ask me, what camera should I get? It's very difficult to recommend certain types of cameras based on their needs. But now with the RX10 Mark V, I can finally recommend a camera for them to capture their kids' recitals, their soccer games or basketball games. Like, this camera, especially with this crazy zoom, can capture everything. Look how insane that is. That's 600 millimeters right there. Also, if you're just starting out, it might be kind of confusing figuring out which camera body you want to get on top of a lens and then an SD card and then a light and filters. Like photography and videography, it's a complicated sport. But this, I feel, is such a good starting point for pretty much all types of beginners because, again, it does everything. Okay, let's see if I can get close up. It's a slow zoom. Can we get them?
Is it zooming in? Oh my gosh.
Hold on, where are they? Oh, we got people over there. Look how close we can get.
What the?
We do. Well, it's like we're spying on people. Good gosh, that's crazy. Okay, let's talk specs. So the Sony RX10 Mark V is a decent upgrade from the Mark IV. It's still using the same lens from the previous model, but now it's borrowing certain features from certain Sony cameras all into one package. For one, it features the Diongzon XR imaging processor with an integrated AI chip, so similar to recent Sony cameras. Basically, it speeds up the camera operation, handles low light better, and improves on autofocusing and tracking. It's got a 20 megapixel 1-inch stacked CMOS sensor. It's not as big as an APS-C or full frame sensor, but it's also bigger than the sensor found on your phone. The lens is attached to the camera and you have a focal range of 24 to 600 millimeters, which is insane. Like if you're into bird photography, you're gonna really love this camera. Also, the aperture of the lens is variable, so it changes as you zoom. It starts at f2.4 at the widest focal length, and as you zoom all the way, it goes to f4. You can shoot photos at 30 frames per second, blackout free, and so for you parents out there that want to capture their kids' soccer game or basketball game and they don't want to miss a moment, this camera is going to help you do that. When it comes to autofocusing, because of that AI chip, it's going to help identify humans, animals, birds, insect, cars, trains, airplanes. Basically, when the camera detects those subjects, it's going to make sure the focus is on point. Now, video-wise, the RX10 Mark V can shoot 4K video up to 120 frames per second. There's a little bit of a crop when you're filming 4K 120, but you're filming 4K video nonetheless. It also has 10-bit 422 internal recording. You can shoot an S-Log3. You can use your own LUTs if you want to, and you can stream with this camera in 4K up to 30 frames per second. When it comes to stabilization, it has active mode stabilization, so really, really handy, especially if you're zooming all the way at 600 millimeters. You're gonna need that help when you're zooming that far. Now, the camera has an EVF that kind of sticks out. I like EVFs, and so I like that it's there. The LCD monitor, however, is not a flip-out screen. It's just a tilting screen, which is great for photography, but not so great when you want to vlog with this camera. On the exterior, it has a very similar button layout to most Sony cameras, and it also features that multi-interface hot shoe so that you can use Sony digital mics like the ECM B10. You got your typical ports on the side of the camera, 2 USB-C ports, 1 headphone jack, 1 mic jack. It only has 1 single SD card slot, which is located in the battery compartment, and the battery that this camera uses is the Sony Z battery. And those are the main specs that you need to know about the RX10 Mark V, so on paper, it's a very basic camera. But that's the point. Like I said before, the RX10 Mark V is the new dad cam. It's meant for the parents, the grandparents, the students that want a solid camera and don't want to think about getting the right camera body or the right lens. Like, they just want a solid photo and video camera they can shove in their bag. That's it. Now, I recently went to California for a family vacation, and this camera was perfect for that. In fact, I did my very best to use this camera like a normal parent would. Like, I purposely did not want to shoot an S-Log3. I just shot an S-Cinetone with a mix of 4K 24, 4K 120, and I was actually really impressed with the colors coming straight out of the camera. Like, if I was a parent that didn't know anything about cameras, like, I would be very happy with the RX10 Mark V. Now, there's a lot of limitations, a lot of compromises with this camera. For one, when you start the camera up, the aperture stays at f2.5 unless you use the zoom rocker to zoom out all the way. That might be a pre-production model issue, but yeah, that's something weird that I noticed. Also, if you do shoot at S-Log3 at 4K 24, it does start at ISO 1000. That was kind of odd. And if you're shooting 4K 120, it starts at ISO 2000, so that's kind of weird. Also, to change the aperture, you can only use the aperture ring. There's no dial on the camera body itself to change the aperture. Not a big deal for me because I'm kind of used to that, but might be a little odd for some people. Also, the zoom speed of the lens isn't as quick as I'd like. Like when you're recording and zooming at the same time, it's really slow. Like I wish there was options to speed up the zoom, and so yeah, the zoom is okay. Also, the eye autofocus doesn't work when you're shooting an S&Q. And if you don't know, S&Q basically records slow motion in camera or time lapses in camera. Like you don't have to do all that processing in post, but it does disable eye autofocus, so that's a little odd. And also, you kind of lose the eye autofocus box when you're zoomed in at 30 millimeters and beyond. I don't know why. Maybe it's a pre-production glitch, but yeah, just something that I noticed. But overall, I love the zoom range. The zoom range was so cool. Also, I love the big comfy grip. Like because it's so big, I was able to operate the camera with one hand, and maybe that's the intent for this camera. Definitely perfect for busy parents handling kids and filming video at the same time. Now, some quirks about this camera. The battery. It uses the Sony Z battery, where I thought we're all gonna go towards the new Sony SA battery because it's better. So I guess the Sony Z battery is still alive. Cool, I guess. Also, another quirk, the lens. I mean, I like the lens a lot. I think it's really great. But if you're gonna upgrade the camera, kind of makes sense to upgrade the lens, you know, maybe f2? That would have been cool. Another quirk, the SD card slot. There's only a single SD card slot for this camera, and it's right where the battery is. I'm kind of used to having the SD card slots over here where the grip is. Not a big thing, but you know, just a little quirk. Other than that, like it's a very simple but very capable camera that could be for anyone, really. And that's pretty much it. Again, this camera isn't specifically for me, but I really feel is ideal for parents, students, grandparents, aunts, uncles, like anybody wanting to get into the Sony ecosystem but want a really capable camera but don't want to spend money on an expensive G Master glass or a flagship Sony camera body. The RX10 Mark V is it, hands down.